Man, what's up, good peoples? Well, I tell you, oh, I had to make sure my mic was up because I just had a client. Listen, life is life. So I'm on here today. I guess this message will be therapeutic for you, right? Yeah, it'll be therapeutic for you. But I came on here to share about me in hopes that it will help you. So so the video I posted yesterday was kind of in line with this, I believe, yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. And I posted about a month or so ago about celebrating myself. So let me back up and just kind of revisit that. So as I was approaching the end of finishing my book, my deadline was my birthday, which was last week. Colleague of mine asked me, when you finish the book, how are you going to celebrate yourself? And I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know. I may go out to eat or something, but I ain't got a whole lot of time for celebrating. I got to get back to work. She was like, no, you got to celebrate yourself. You got to do something. And it got me to thinking, I don't think I know how to celebrate myself. I should have gave you this disclaimer up front, right? So I am a therapist. I'm really good at what I do. Some of you have worked with me. But what I'm about to share may not be something you want to hear from your therapist, But if you can move past that and realize that I'm also human, this may help you. Okay, so anyway, that's the disclaimer. So I'm like, I don't know how to celebrate myself. So I always go back to childhood where we learn most of the things that we do, especially when it concerns us. So I was like, man, I don't remember being celebrated as a kid other than my birthday, and that was in the elementary years. Not really, I don't know how to celebrate myself. So that was interesting to me. I was like, But it was as if from that point on, consistently, I heard messages about self-care, take care of yourself, and different things, right? And then I got challenged with the idea that I presented to you guys either yesterday or the day before about expecting people to do for you what you don't do for you. Like, I shouldn't expect my wife to love me deeply if I don't love me deeply. Meaning, I want her to love me deeply and know me, but I won't eat right and love me and take care of me, right? Like, I'm not investing in me, but I want you to invest in me. And so I'm like, wow, okay, that's pretty powerful. And then yesterday, without going into too much detail, something happened that shook me. And the reason it shook me, let me say this, the reason it shook me is because I've done a lot of personal work. A lot of personal work. Not really because I'm a therapist, it's because I want to be my best self, but I've done a lot of personal work. So then to be confronted with what I was confronted with yesterday, it was as if, imagine what it would be like if you are a senior in high school getting ready to graduate, and then you realize there's this class in first grade that you never passed. So I was floored because I was like, I can't believe this was left undealt with. All the work that I've done, and I'm still at the starting line on this. What I did not know is that my colleague exposing the fact that I don't know how to celebrate myself was really, I believe now in hindsight, God's direction to point me to where I was going, which is where I am now. And so yesterday was painful, but today I woke up with, okay, that's what that is. Today, let's get it. Let's grow. Let's. And so, I bought me a book I bought this book called How to Do the Work. And I give you the subtitle because the subtitle really gives you a clue to what the book is really about. Subtitle is so it's called How to Do the Work. Subtitle: Recognize your patterns, heal from your past, create yourself. And the reason I say that, some of you may think that a therapist shouldn't be dealing with that kind of stuff because a lot of you have unrealistic expectations of therapists as if we are not human. We're in the same human experience as you. But I realized, and I'm not ashamed to say this because it's life. That's one area I've graduated on that part. Like, I understand that life is life. And when I share something and folk don't like it or agree with it, I mean, it's life. So one thing I do know, the reason, or at least one of the reasons why I am a good therapist, I'm a really good therapist. One of the reasons that is because I am so outwardly focused. I'm always trying to not come up with, but I'm always trying to figure out how to help you guys. I'm always learning and growing so that I can share with you and help you be great. So I'm a great therapist for you. The problem is I did not realize that I was still neglecting me. And so I'm a great therapist for you. I suck for me. But that's changing. And the reason why I got on here is to let you know that I'm making this shift, at least for a season, to focus on me, not in an inappropriate way, not in a selfish way, not in the kind of way that'll harm people. It may hurt some folk because, anything can hurt people, but it's not to harm people. But focus on me. And so for a while, what you get from me will be revelations that I get about me that you can apply to you. Does that make sense? So in essence, I'm going to be growing and then sharing with you how I grow. And then you use that to help you grow. Because that's where I am right now. Was what I said on, I think that was Monday. What I said on Monday about requiring someone to give to you what you're not giving to you. I really did not know that I would be the show and tell project. But here I is. And I'm good with it. Now, yesterday I wasn't good with it. I was upset that I was about to get my diploma and graduate to the next level, so to speak, and realize you never passed this first grade class. So anyway, here's the message for you, as if you hadn't gotten many of them already in what I've already said, but don't take self-care for granted. It's a really popular thing to say now. You do have to be careful not to think too highly of yourself. You don't want to be arrogant. You don't want to be narcissistic. You don't want to be selfish. But you also got to make sure you don't think too lowly of yourself. Really. You're not Superman. You're not Superwoman. You cannot save, help, fix, rescue everybody. But even the little you do, you'll be more effective at it if you put your mask on first, like they tell you on the airplane. If these masks drop down because the cabin and the pressure in the cabin change, you put your mask on first, then put it on the child or the elderly or whatever. So I'm putting my mask on first so that I can be better for you guys in the future, but really so I can be better for me and my wife and my children. Because I recognize I can't be my best self if I don't treat myself like I deserve to be my best self. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So don't take self-care for granted. Self-care is not going to get your nails done and a massage. That could be a part of it, okay? And so let me say this. That's how I trick myself, though. See, those kind of things, like, I can enjoy life I get in my wood shop and I'm good. Like I love that. I go to the gym, I hoop, I lift. I'm enjoying myself. But there's another part of self-care where you have to do the work to know who you are and why you are who you are. How did you become this person? And who you've become, is that really you? Just because you've settled on it, I don't mean that that's really you. Examine it. If it's you and you examine it and it turns out to be the same, okay, great. But if you examine and you realize, dang, that wasn't me, you'll be the better. Uh, I don't know how to emphasize it enough. Do not take self care for granted. You cannot or you should not hurt other people while trying to take care of you, or should I say harm other people. But you got to take care of you. I told my wife today, for the rest of this year, my focus is learning to love Clifton better so that I can love you guys better. And it's crazy how long I've been teaching this. If you've heard me teach about love, you've heard me say you cannot love someone else um, if you don't love you. Or another thing I've said is your ability to love someone else is going to be limited to your ability to love you. I had no idea that I was still in first grade. No clue. Because there were no obvious indications of that. But thank God that God is God because He knows how to get to you what you need if you're tuned in and if you're willing to hear it. So I could, if I'm honest, I could just settle where I am and be, my life is not terrible. Like I'm not depressed. I'm not, I can be good. I can keep pouring into you and expecting other people to pour into me. And I could accept that level of life, but I really want to thrive. I just do. I believe that's God's intent for humanity, His intent for me. And if I thrive, I help you. No question about me being a helper. I am. It's what I do. I just have done it too much and not helped me. So I'm gonna change that a little bit. Uh, so that's it. I just wanted to share that with you as I um, hop on this self-care train and try to figure some things out because there's some things about me I don't understand. Catch me in December. I don't think y'all ready for the next level of who I'm about to become. When I say that, I don't mean that in a um, flamboyant, look at me shine kind of way. I say that in a, I'm going to help you get your life even more.